I have looked at some cases that we are dealing with, and you are looking at a person who is already filthy rich. I mean, they are rich. They have wealth and riches. And yet these are the same people who are involved in mega corruption, sometimes even in petty corruption. So I asked myself, what is this person looking for? You know, he's not stealing because he's hungry. You know, there are people you can excuse, you know, they took your bread, but they were hungry. So there's a sense in which you can even give him half the loaf because of their hunger. But these are people who are already super rich, but they want more. That is called greed. That's another type of corruption involving people who are wealthy, people who are rich, but they just want more. Kenyans, we have not learned how to say, I have enough. In other jurisdictions, other countries, rich people give out. You know, people like Bill Gates, they look for places worldwide where they can give their riches. In Kenya, we look for places where we can take even the little that is around us. People grabbing lands of poor people. That is greed. The third is I say, societal culture. There are people who engage in corruption because of the demands and expectations that are put upon them by society. I become the chairman of EACC, and immediately people around me and the society at large expect that I should be getting to the next level. You know, I should drive a better car, I should live in a better house, I should contribute to fundraisings, I should, you know, all these things. So there's that societal expectation that when you hold a public office, you have suddenly got into money. And therefore we should get portions of it. So indeed, it has even happened to me. People were inviting me to fundraisings, you know, back in the village, here in the city, and so on. So, and if you say, I'm not able to, people look at you strangely. How can you not? And you're the chairman of the EACC, you know. What I'm paid is in public domain. It's not hidden. They know it. How much can you do with that? So there are people, because of that pressure, they try to supplement their income through corruption. So even people who are possibly not corrupt in their disposition are pushed into that space where now they are thinking, how can I get money? I've been invited to Harambee. If I go there and give 2,000, people will look at me that surely chairman of EACC, how can you give 2,000? They expect I'll go with 100 or 50,000 or if not 1 million. Where do you get that money? So people sometimes steal because of that. And I would say people like members of parliament sometimes get themselves into shady deals because of the demands that we as Kenyans have placed upon them. We expect them to be in every fundraising, every funeral, every wedding, where can a person possibly get all that money? And this is where we as a society need to change our thinking, need to change our way of looking at leadership. Leadership is not about getting money to give to you, but it's facilitating us so that we can have an environment where each one of us can do the work that we need to do. The last driver of corruption, from my own assessment, hypothesis, as we say in the academia, is the fear of God. And this is because, of course, you know, I'm a bishop. I'm from a spiritual background. There's a time when this country, just the fear of God restrained people from doing certain things. Just because you are a religious person of whichever kind, stopped you from doing certain things. That fear of God seems to have really gone down, so that people don't care. They do things that you'd imagine a Christian should not do this, a religious person should not do this, a Muslim should not do this, but they do it because God has become a theory, you know, it's something good that we associate with, but has no influence or impact in my life. So we are 86% Christian, but we are also the most corrupt people. There is that link of our religion, our faith, and doing the right thing seems to have been lost. So those are 4 areas that I think I have hypothesized and need to be tested.